Hello everybody, my name is Isabella Bliss. I'm a British burlesque performer and a Marilyn Monroe tribute. You might recognise me from shows such as An Evening of Burlesque and One Night with Marilyn. And I want to pop on today to talk to you about some of the costumes that I've been making with my fabulous sponsors, Crystal Parade. Now, Crystal Parade have been my go-to for all my crystals, for all my costumes in all of my showgirl years. They are the most helpful supplier. They have one of the biggest ranges of crystals and can get them to you super quick when you're working on a project as well. So the lovely team at Crystal Parade really helped me when I was developing this costume for the show. So some of you may have seen it on stage. This is it comes with a big skirt as well, but this is the corset and the bra, and you will see the details. Actually, we've got 3 different colours on this costume and quite a few different shapes of crystals as well. The act is called Pure Imagination, and it involves a giant carousel horse called Bert that I restored lovingly, and we crystalled with crystals from Crystal Parade, of course. But during the process, there was a lot of help and support from the team at head office about what kind of colours that we could use to really bring my vision to life of what I wanted the costume to look like. I wanted it to have a very much dream sequence, fairground, almost like princess-like styling, and that's why we went for some of the colour palettes that I'm using here. So we discussed lots of colours and they sent me some suggestions of what they thought, and I was matching it up to the base that I had. So I had the corset made and the bra covered to match the corset. And then it was a question of finding the right colour tones that I really wanted to bring out that kind of fairy tale magic and wonder. I was also using the fabulous colour chart from Crystal Parade. Now, for this particular costume, we did actually use zodiac crystals, which I absolutely love. I think they're fantastic crystals. They do have a great range, as you can see, lots of different sizes, lots of different colours. And as you can see on this costume, we also use some of the larger shapes. So these are the teardrops crystals. So we use those in 2 different sizes, as well as the round flat back crystals in 2 different sizes as well. But in terms of colouring, when you're matching your costumes, it can take you some time, and that's okay. Like, give yourself the time and the patience and the space to get the colours right, because creating your costume or your vision and your colour palette, like, you want to be really, really happy with it when you finish. So make sure you don't rush this part of the costume process when you're choosing your colours. And don't be afraid to get some sample colours, you know, putting them next to your costume. Does it really work? Does it give the effect that you want? And the team at Crystal Parade are so helpful with this. They really, really are. They can send you some samples if you're not sure. You can make sure you get yourself a colour chart so you can really put it next to the fabric, because sometimes you'll find what happens is a crystal will look a particular colour. You put it against the fabric that you're putting it onto and it can give it a completely different effect. So it's really important to make sure you've got your colour chart and that you're comparing your crystals on your costume as well, just to make sure that you're getting those right colourings that you want. So here on this costume, we went with 3 colours. We went for, let me just remind myself, we went for aquamarine, which is the blue. We went for light pink, that's the light pink, and we went for jonquil as well. I hope I'm saying that right, jonquil. Again, because I wanted this costume to have that beautiful, almost like fantasy-like dream sequence, those Disney kind of princess colour vibes. The rest of the costume has a big hat and a big skirt, and it's very, big theatrics, and it goes with the carousel horse Bert as well. So I wanted this costume to really emphasize that and have a really beautiful dynamic in the colors that we used as well. So that's why we went for 3 different colors on this costume. So I hope that helps you out, some hints and tips on about matching your crystals to your costumes. And if you head over to Crystal Parade's website and use the code Isabella10, you can get 10% off all your crystals. How amazing is that? So tune in and I will show you some more tips as we are going to accessorize this costume further now we're going to be adding some gloves, and I'm going to be showing you from start to finish how to crystal, or how I like to crystal my gloves for this particular costume. So stay tuned.